Brother Ben here? Brother Ben. Now, Ben got a heck of a program. A lot of people listening to Brother Ben. And Ben tells them about the minister. And Ben tells them about the minister.
Uh-oh. Hold on. Oh, man. I don't know why y'all can't see me. Hold on. Something's going on here. Well, I know y'all can see me just from the wrong angle. That's interesting. All right, y'all. Hold on. Let me try to fix this. Wow. Well, ain't this amazing? It was just working. My Lord. All right. In the meantime, did you all get that PDF that I put inside of the Zoom right there? I put the PDF down there for you guys. Wow. That's so crazy. That's so unfortunate. Wow. Well, I guess we're going to have to use this camera today. Wow, that is crazy. I wonder why it's acting like that. It says no. Oh, well. I'm not going to stress over it. We're already live. Okay, so today, in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness there is no God but Allah. And Muhammad is his messenger. I would like to greet you all with the greeting words of peace. We said in the Arabic language of Assalamu alaikum. The PDF is inside of the Zoom. I know those of y'all who are streaming with us, you won't be able to see it. This is why you should come on over to the Zoom with us sometimes. But today we're going to start off with this book this week, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. And shout out to all of our BWF members. If you're a part of BWF, go ahead and put yes in the comment section. Put yes in the comment section if you are a part of the family. Shout out to everybody who done got in. Oh, man, I'm so excited, so excited. We do got class at 9 a.m., so we're going to be We're going to be live trading with Brother Tay and in a few hours. And we own it, man. We early bird. We done started this thing. This week, we're going to deal with Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. I know some of y'all thinking, well, man, this book, Secrets of a Millionaire Mind, is more than about you making money or you becoming a millionaire. You're going to learn some things about yourself and about your mind, hopefully, that can be applied to different areas of your life. So when you guys are listening, I don't want you to listen just from the aspect of money. I want you guys to listen for what things you can improve in and what you're going to realize about the mind in other areas of our life as well. Today, we're going to deal with your money blueprint. All of us have a money blueprint, some thoughts that we have about money. And honestly, as we get started and we build this building wealthy families, this is the foundation that we must have. We must know first, what is my money blueprint? What do I feel? What do I think? What are some of the reasons why I do what I do because of what I think? And then where did those thoughts come from about money? Because at the end of the day, that's where, or that's why we are where we are. Okay. All right, let's go. Man, I don't know what's going on with my camera. Man, I'm talking about it was just on right before we started this thing. I have no idea what's going on. All right, here we go. We live in a world of duality, up and down, light and dark, hot and cold, in and out, fast, slow, right and left. These are but a few examples of the thousands of opposite poles. For one pole to exist, the other pole must also exist. Is it possible to have a right side without a left side? Not a chance. Consequently, just as there are outer laws about money, there must be inner laws. The outer laws include things like business knowledge, money management, and investment strategies. These are essential, but the inner game is just as important. An analogy would be a carpenter and his tools. Having top-of-the-line tools is impressive or imperative. But being the top-notch carpenter who masterfully uses those tools is even more critical. I have a saying, it's not enough to be in the right place at the right time. You have to be the right person in the right place at the right time. That's deep. That's deep because many of us have been so-called in the right place. There was an opportunity that was given, but because we wasn't the right person, we didn't capitalize on it. How many of y'all have taken a program, been introduced to an opportunity, and somebody else excelled really well, but then you saw others they didn't? Person number one. Why is that? Have you ever thought about why that is? Because many of us would like to blame the opportunity. It wasn't a good opportunity. Oh, it was the teacher. Oh, no, it was the program. Or was it your program in your mind where you couldn't receive it properly and you couldn't use it to the best or your highest potential because of something holding you back? I mean, I think about that sometimes. How is it that other people who had $10,000 saved was able to flip this and make all this? But damn, me or somebody, we got 10 and what do we do with it? They had the same $10,000, just a different thought process, just a different mind. That's all. Different blueprint. Here we go. So who are you? How do you think? What are your beliefs? What are your habits and traits? How do you really feel about yourself? How confident are you in yourself? How well do you relate to others? And how much do you trust others? Do you truly feel that you deserve wealth? See, that's a heavy question. Do we really feel like we even deserve it? Because if you don't feel like you deserve it, see, we can come on here and we can, the black is power, all that. But if internally you don't feel like you deserve it, your actions may align. What is your ability to act in spite of fear, in spite of worry, in spite of inconvenience, in spite of discomfort? Can you act when you're not in the mood? See, some of us can't act when we're not in the mood. Some of us can't act when there's fear. Some of us can't move when we're worried. Come on now, is it talking to somebody in here? Because everybody face adversity. Everybody. Ups and downs. But some people move even in spite of fear. Some people move even if there is discomfort. So we have to get comfortable moving and working even if we're uncomfortable. See, growing up in basketball, being an athlete, man, the type of athlete the way we was taught, man, that prepare you for life, man. Because you got to work out and run when you don't want to run. Yeah, you got to get in there and lifting weights even if we don't want to do it. So you got to get up early in the morning, 5, come on, 6, let's go run. Let's do them suicides. And for those who don't play sports or didn't play sports, suicide just simply means you run into the line, you run back, you run to another line, you run back. It ain't got nothing to do with what you may be thinking, okay? But we got to be willing and able to act even when we not in the mood. Why? Because we not going to always be in the mood. We're not going to always be comfortable. We're not going to always be without fear. So how can we succeed in life if we can only move when things is perfect? We can't. Because it will not always be perfect. That's almost guaranteed. You're going to have difficulty. You're going to have a trial. You're going to have struggle. You're going to have opposition. So if you can't thrive with that, man, you might well give up. Because that's inevitable. It's coming. Mindset. The fact is that your character, your thinking, and your beliefs are a critical part of what determines the level of your success. One of my favorite authors, Stuart Wilde, puts it this way. The key to success is to raise your own energy. When you do, people will naturally be attracted to you. And when they show up, build them. Shout out to Brother Rashad. Wealth principle, write this down. Wealth principle number 1. Your income can only grow to the extent that you do. But again, I told us this don't just focus on the money in this. We talking about money, but think about other principles. Your business only grows only to the extent that you do. Our marriage only is going to grow to the extent that we do. See, everything, whatever area of improvement we probably need, it's only going to grow to the extent that we do. So write that down. Next section. Why is your money blueprint important? Have you heard of people who have blown up financially? Have you noticed how some people have a lot of money and then lose it? Or have excellent opportunities, start well, but then go sour on them? Now, you know the real cause. On the outside, it looks like bad luck, a downturn in the economy, a lousy partner, whatever. On the inside, however, it's another matter. That's why if you come into big money when you're not ready for it on the inside, the chances are your wealth will be short-lived and you will lose it. Have anybody experienced that before? You came up on a lot. Oh man, came up on 20, came up on 10, and then it's gone. You lost it. Almost like, man, I never had it. Something happened, man. Where did it go? You ever felt like that before? The vast majority of people simply do not have the internal capacity to create and hold on to large amounts of money and the increased challenges that go with more money and success. That, my friends, is the primary reason they don't have much money. A perfect example is lottery winners. That, my friends, is the primary reason right there. So we got lottery winners. Research has shown again and again that regardless of the size of their earnings or their winnings, most lottery winners eventually return to the original financial state and the amount they can comfortably handle. Wow. It's like, this is really interesting, man. I've experienced this myself before too. And it's interesting because you can't get around self-improvement. You can't get around developing your mind. I've literally given and seen individuals given a lot of money. A lot of money. Man, here you go, bro. Appreciate you. And they blow it. So you can't even improve. How can I put this? If you growing, you throwing money at somebody isn't the solution. It's not the solution. Because if you give them 20, if you give them 30, and they're not there mentally, they're gonna lose it. Now I know the argument with reparations. I know. Well, it's owed to us. Because if they give us the reparations and we don't know what to do with it, we're gonna give it right back. That's the reality of this. We're gonna give it right back. Some people have a problem with that, with that being said. Oh, wait, don't worry about what they gonna do with it. See, if you really want to repair our people, you can't say that. I believe you shouldn't say that. Because it's not just about repairing by throwing some 40 acres in a mule. It's education. It's repairing us mentally to be able to handle this, what we want. Because if I give you 50, if I give you $1 million, most ain't gonna know what to do with it. They're gonna come right back down to what they can handle. So what needs to be built is the person's mind, is the person's blueprint, is the person's habits, thoughts, feelings, actions. That's what leads to our results. Woo! So you can't cheat self-improvement. You can't get around it. It's good stuff, man. Yeah. You got to grow from the inside. Let me see here. On the other hand, the opposite occurs. Boy, this occur be messing me up, man. My southern accent occurs. The opposite occurs for self-made millionaires. Notice that when self-made millionaires lose their money, they usually have it back within a relatively short time. Donald Trump is a good example. Trump was worth billions, lost everything, and then a couple years later, got it all back and more. Why does this phenomenon occur? Because even though self-made millionaires may lose their money, they never lose the most important ingredient to their success. What is that? Their millionaire mind. Of course, in Donald Trump's case, it's his billionaire mind. Do you realize Donald Trump could never be just a millionaire? If Donald Trump had a network of only 1 million, how do you think he'd feel about his financial success? Most people would agree that he'd probably feel broke. like a financial failure? That's because Donald Trump's financial thermostat is set for billions, not millions. Let's stop right there. His thermostat is set. Where is your thermostat set? And be honest. Where's the thermostat set? Is it for only $3,000 a month? Is it for only $2,500 a month? Is it for, like, where is it set? Let's move past that. Let's look at our weight. Now, we see online people are getting surgery. If you get surgery, but you don't start to work out to keep it, it's only going to last for so long. It's only going to last for so long. And if your habits are the same that made you big or fat, you're going to gain it back. You're going to gain it back. So what is our thermostat when we're thinking about how much money we want to make or what we want to achieve? What we should really be thinking about is, what does that person think about themselves? What is that person's thought process? What is that person's mindset? Because once I develop the mindset and have that solid mindset over time, I will attract the same things they're attracting. So it goes on to say, most people's financial thermostats are set for generating thousands, not millions of dollars. Some people's financial thermostats are set for generating hundreds, not even thousands. And some people's financial thermostats are set below zero. They're freaking freezing, and they don't even have a clue as to why. The reality is that most people do not reach their full potential. Most people are not successful. Research shows that 80% of individuals would never be financially free in the way they'd like to be, and 80% would never claim to be truly happy. The reason is simple. Most people are unconscious. They are a little asleep at the wheel. They work and think on a superficial level of life based only on what they can see. They live strictly in the visible world. The roots create the fruits. Imagine a tree. Let's suppose this tree represents the tree of life. On this tree, there are fruits. In life, our fruits are called our results. We know the scripture says what? You can tell a tree by the fruit that it bears, right? So we look at the fruits, our results, and we don't like them. There aren't enough of them. They're too small or they don't taste good. Now, be honest. If there are some fruits in your life that you don't like right now, comment the number 3. If there's the results that you're currently producing, you don't like them. They're not good enough. You want them to be a lot better. Press the number 3 in the comment section. Okay, look at this now. Look at them 3s now. Look at the 3s. Now watch this. So what do we tend to do? Most of us put even more attention and focus on the fruits, our results. But what is it that actually creates those particular fruits? For example, if you're in debt right now, how many of y'all are looking like, man, how can I just get a loan and I just need to do this and I can pay that back and man, I just need to learn, get me another job. And if I just got me another job, how many of y'all think like that? Like you're just looking at how can I solve the result? Man, I'm in this marriage and man, we just keep arguing, man. And my goodness, man, she slammed the door and we need to have a meeting about slamming doors. And we need to have a meeting because he just keep yelling. And man, we just need to have a meeting. And a meeting alone is just about you yelling too much. That ain't the fruit. That ain't the root. We're talking about the result. So look at this. Most of us put even more attention and focus on the fruits, our results. But what is it that actually creates those particular fruits? It's the seeds and the roots that creates those fruits. It's what's under the ground that creates what's above the ground. It's what's invisible that creates what's visible. So what does that mean? It means that if you want to change the fruits, you first have to change the roots. If you want to change the visible, you have to first change what's invisible. So what we really need to change is the thought process and what's going on in here. Getting a loan alone ain't gonna fix it. Getting the loan alone ain't gonna fix it. Getting to the root of why. Where does anger come from? Where this response, where this trigger to what the way you respond like this, where did this come from? What's the root of it? What happened when you was younger? What did you see from your parents? What happened to you? See, many of us look at our people. Oh, man, that nigga crazy, man. He might just be putting on this mask for y'all because he's protecting something as a child. And as long as we keep trying to look at the effect, man, he bad. She bad. That's a child, man. Bad. We all righteous by nature. Wicked by circumstance. What happened? Trying to keep going to the effect. The effect is only a temporary band-aid. We got to get to the cause. And once we get to the cause, go back. Reanalyze what happened. Recategorize it and what that means. Change it. And now we can have a different feeling about it. And then we can start to move different. But many of us keep trying to, the effect. We focus on the effect, the effect, the effect. What is the cause? I'm sick. I'm sick. Let's go back to the doctor. I'm sick again. Let's go back to the doctor. I'm sick again. Let's go back to the doctor. I need a medicine. I need What did the Honorable Elijah Muhammad say? It's what you put in your mouth that what? Makes you sick. So a lot of what could be that could be solved if you change what's going in. But you're looking at the symptom. Oh man, I gotta take this. Nuh-uh. Maybe if you start off with the root of this, the root of it is what you're eating and how you're eating, things may change. Shout out to Brother Jamil. I see you. Y'all come on in there. Okay, let's go. Let's move on. So it says, wealth principle. Write this down. If you want to change the fruits, you will first have to change the roots. If you want to change the visible, you must first change the invisible. And I heard the minister say this. He said, you see the sun, you see the moon, but you don't see the unseen power. Woo! See, the Spirit of God is unseen. But we knew God came because of the results. Oh, there it is. How do we know he came in the person of Master Fard Muhammad because of the result of the black man and woman being raised from the dead. If the electricity is blown out and the power don't work, and that power don't work, and somebody come and when he leaves, the lights is on, you know, hey, electrician has been here. Somebody done been here, they got some knowledge that was able to come in here and fix this. Yeah, my wiring, something was wrong with my wiring. He came and when he left, them lights was on. So this light that we see, powerful light, bright light, but it's powered by unseen electricity. And you'll know if something was wrong with the electricity or if I didn't pay the bill by the result of this light being off or on. Man, this is some good stuff, man. The minister said, you see the sun, you see the moon, but we don't see the God necessarily, the power that's upholding, but you see the power through that which is seen. So we can tell a lot about what you're thinking and what you believe based on what's seen. You got a business? You're not making money? How many people did you call last week? What was the actions that you took last week? I can tell what you're thinking by what you're doing. So much so, look at this. John 14:12, Jesus said, those who believe. Let me look at it. I know what it said, but let me quote it to you verbatim. He said, those who believe will be doing the works that I'm doing. Watch this. We can tell if we are believers or not. Oh, we can get in here and put the garment on, and we can put the suit and bow tie on, and we can look good come to Savior's Day. We suited and booted, looking good. Some like, oh yeah. But look at this. Very truly, I tell you, whoever believes in me will do the works I have been doing. And they will do even greater things than these because I am going to the Father. Even greater things? Do you even believe that? See, look at that now. Do even greater things? Oh, not me. Greater? Brother Coach Khan said, you can see the God in everybody else but yourself. Huh? Oh, yeah. You can see the God in everybody else but yourself. So the visible, if you want to change that, we got to change the invisible. All right, let's move on. Sorry, I just had to give us a little side note there. Of course, some say that seeing is believing. The question I have for such people is, why do you bother paying for your electric bill? Although you cannot see electricity, you can certainly recognize and use its power. If you have any doubt as to whether it exists, just stick your finger in the electric socket. And I guarantee you that your doubts will quickly disappear. In my experience, what you cannot see in this world is far more powerful than anything you can see. You may or may not agree with this statement, but to the extent that you do not apply this principle in your life, you must be suffering. Why? Because you are going against the laws of nature, whereby what is under the ground creates what is above the ground. And where what is invisible creates what is visible. Now, I streamed the Swan Song last night. Was re-listening to the Swan Song. And in the Swan Song, the minister, y'all remember when the minister said, it is your inner life. What did he say? That prepares your outer life. Y'all remember when the minister said that during the Swan Song? He said, it is your inner life that prepares you for your outer life. Same principle that we read today. So it's good that you get your courses because you do need the external practical things. Business, setup, management, okay, product, okay, I got my website, okay, I got this. That's good. That's good. Got my funnel, okay, I got my follow, oh yeah. but there's an internal system that also got to be built and rebuilt as well. This is why, and I know I keep kind of going on. I just really want to make sure we getting this. Have y'all noticed that most millionaire books that's teaching you about how to grow a lot of wealth, a lot of them really most of the time be dealing with just mindset? They don't even be really dealing with a lot of, okay, do this, put your money here, then you're going to take that out. And then, I mean, they got a little bit of that in there, but majority of it be what? Mindset stuff, thinking, subconscious mind, dealing with the subconscious, dealing with auto-suggestion. Go look at Think and Go Rich. It's about desire. It's about waking up in the morning, telling yourself, writing it down, looking at it every day. It's training the mind. Have y'all noticed that? But look at our community, y'all. Watch this, watch this, watch this. Man, we talking too much. Man, when we just gonna get to the work? That's good. That's good. But y'all see how sometimes it's like you don't value the black man mind. Like when they say, well, what y'all doing for the we teaching them. We raising them up mentally. But our people, we just want to see physical things. Not realizing it is the invisible, here I go messing up words. It is the invisible that's going to give them the power to go create the physical that you're looking for. So if you knew how much it took to raise a black man and woman mentally from feeling down, from feeling like she's nothing, from feeling like he's nothing, from feeling like I don't deserve wealth, from feeling like you see what I'm saying? It takes skills and time to build them up out of that. Because if they feel like this and you give me a job and you promote me and you do all this for me, I'm going to mess up what you just put me in. Why? Because you don't see that internally, I don't believe I need this. I deserve this. I feel like I'm unworthy. I'm a nigga. So they going to mess up the business. They going to mess up whatever you just put them in. I'm telling you, I've seen it. Man, I've seen it, man. I've seen somebody giving here go your living space. Here go money. Here go your I've seen it. And you thinking, man, I gave them money. I gave them a place to live. Oh, man, they should be good. They ain't got nothing to worry about. Man, they messed it up because here they wasn't built. I've seen them literally destroy it. You got money for food. You got money for this. And you got a place to live. They messed it up. So we can't skip resurrection of the people with business, with restaurant, with man, look at the man. No, man, they got to be built mentally and spiritually. There's no way around it. So when you see the brothers out there with the paper, that's what they doing. They giving our people a word that'll resurrect them. That's a part of the process. Mindset. But us, we want to skip mindset. Man, get to the practical. That's why you where you want. That's why you where you at. Because you keep wanting to skip mindset because you think it's just mindset, man. You think that's fluff. You think mindset is they just throwing. Nuh-uh. That's the most important part. Because after you got the systems in place and you done got all your funnels and all that good stuff and you got your sales team and you got all this, it's going to take the spiritual to maintain all of that. Emotional intelligence to maintain all of that. And if you don't have the internal, unseen characteristics to maintain all of that, it's going to overwhelm you and you through. It's going to fall. It's going to fall. All right, here we go. Man, I keep losing my spot. This be getting me excited, man, because as I'm reading this, I'm looking back and I'm seeing where this is true. And I've literally seen it in life for real. As humans, no, here we go. In every forest, on every farm, in every orchard on earth, it's what's under the ground that creates what's above the ground. That's why placing your attention on the fruits that you have already grown is futile. You cannot change the fruits that are already hanging on the tree. You can't change the fruits and what they looking like already on the tree. You can, however, change tomorrow's fruits. But to do so, you have to dig below the ground and strengthen the roots. One of the most important things you can ever understand is that we do not live on only one plane of existence. Small break. I want to give a shout out to Sister Dr. K, Sister Kenyatta, and Brother Alfonso. They just got in to join the Building Wealthy Families. Welcome to the family. Everybody welcome those two to the family. I saw that y'all just came in. Salute, salute, salute. We live in at least 4 different realms at once. These 4 quadrants are the physical world, the mental world, the emotional world, and the spiritual world. Y'all ready for this? What most people never realize, write this down. What most people never realize is that the physical realm is merely a printout of the other 3. Ooh, that's cold, ain't it? 4 realms: mental, spiritual, emotional, and physical. But the physical is merely a printout of the physical. Oh, can I tie this into the teachings? It just came to my mind. We're closing the gap. I got to get closing the gap. Uh-oh, watch this, y'all. Ooh, it just hit me. I wish I would have thought about this. It just hit me. I'm about to find, we ain't closing the gap now. Oh, we in class now, shoot. Y'all better relax. We in class. Hold on, we got until 9 o'clock. I got to find this. Man, where is that page at? Brother Jabril says something similar to that. Man, let me speed. You know how you be trying to speed read? Let me see. Emotions. Swelling time. Man, Brother Jabril said something. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. We gonna get it. I need y'all to. Student. Purpose. Hold on. Okay, I found it. I think I found it. There it is. Told y'all I was going to get it. I'm a speed reader. Here we go. Here it is. Look at this. Now, let me read this first because I'm just tying it in. Because I know our filter is the teachings. So I just want to make sure y'all know, yeah, this is on point. So what did it say? It said, what did it just say? It says, we got the mental world, spiritual world, emotional world, and the physical world. And the physical is merely a printout of the other 3. Now look at what Brother Jabril said. It says, we are told, well, now let me, should I start up there? Yeah, I'm going to start right here. I'm going to start up here. Look at this. The Old Testament. This is what the Old Testament says. This is one of them numeral. I ain't been in school in a while. Numerals. Them Roman numerals. The X, 5, and 6. What is that? Page 10, 5, 6, 16 on the numeral unos. Yeah, you know them little words. Somebody correct me in the comments. I know I'm saying it wrong. Okay, look. My thoughts are not your my thoughts are not your thoughts, and neither are my ways your ways. The scripture now. Mine are from above, while yours are from beneath. Roman numerals, yeah. I almost said Roman noodles, didn't I? Roman numerals. There it is. Roman numeral. 16. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's good. Mine are from above while yours are from beneath. Then it went on to say that as the rain falls down from heaven, so shall my word be that cometh out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but shall accomplish what I will and prosper whereunto I send it. Now watch this, y'all. It's clear by this statement that someone is operating or thinking on a higher level and therefore able to do greater things and accomplish more than one who is operating beneath. Man, we getting brother Jamil, is we on point, brother Jamil? Look at this. Look at this, y'all. Boy, brother Jabril is teaching us, man. Look at this. Oh, I done lost my space. Okay, the gap exists in the thought kind. We talking about closing the gap now. He said the gap exists in the thought consciousness. And if the gap exists in thought, then the gap can be closed by thought. Woo! I just told y'all, Roman numeral 16. Look at this, y'all. If the gap exists in thought, it can be closed in thought. Meaning, if somebody is doing something that we like, they're excelling, and man, they further ahead of us, the gap exists because of thought. That means it can be closed in thought. If we see the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan able to be so effective, he's raised in the dead, he's able to do this, he's able to do that. If we want to close the gap, we have to be closed. We got to close that gap in thought. Oh, look at this. Woo! Look at what he going on to say. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. What is the substance? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us that thought can be measured. It travels at the speed of 24 billion miles per second. Is thought substance? And if thought is substance, how do we transfer that substance into material evidence? Okay, now I'm getting to what came to my mind when I read this. Brother Jabril says, we are told in the scriptures that as a man or woman thinketh in his heart, so is he. So watch this. At no time does man ever manifest or experience anything that he is not conscious of being. Watch this. He said, try as you might to fight the circumstances, situations, or people. It is like shattering a full body mirror. You are only fighting the image, not the source of the image, which is your consciousness. Everything in your life, from the way that your furniture is arranged to the way that your life events play out, is a direct result of the sum total of, guess what, y'all? Your thoughts. Ooh! Told you. I told you. You see that? Y'all see the connection? We making the connection, baby. That's the deal. That's what you get here on the Power Call. We're gonna make it plain for you here at the Power Call. I know we get into other things and all that, but yeah, we're gonna bring it back home so you can see we right in line. We right in line. Okay, let's continue. It just came to mind when I read that. I said, man, let me get the people I know y'all want to hear from the teacher. So there we go. I just had to put a little dash in there. That's our secret and ingredient. Okay, now, where was I at? I want to make sure. Man, I done got so hype, I done lost the page I was on. Ooh, that was good. Okay, here we go. Here I was. Okay, for example, now this is a good example this is a good example right here. For example, let's suppose you've written a letter on your computer. You hit the print key and the letter comes out of your printer. You look at the hard copy and lo and behold, you find a typo. So you're looking at the piece of paper. You look at it. Man, I got a typo. in my letter that I typed out. It says, so you take out your trusty eraser and rub out the typo. Then you hit print again and it comes out another typo. Hold on. So just imagine that. You typing on your computer. Hold on. You typing on your computer and then you say, man, I need to erase that, man. You erase it. And then you go back to the computer and then you hit print. So look at what this is. So you hit print again and out comes the same typo. You say, oh my gosh, how could this be? You just erased it. So this time you go get a bigger eraser and you rub even harder and longer. You even study a 300-page manual called Effective Erasing. Now you've got all the tools and knowledge you need. You're ready. You hit print and there it is again. Oh, same typo. No way. You cry out stunned in amazement. How could this be? What's going on here? Am I in the Twilight Zone? What's going on here is that the real problem cannot be changed in the printout. The physical world, it can only be changed in the program, the mental, emotional, and spiritual world. So what needed to be changed is to go back into the computer, change it there, and you will produce a different result. Same with us. If we go back into our program, change what's happening here, then we'll start to produce a different result. This is why people are able to come into certain programs in Excel and then you don't, because they got a different hardware. They got a different hardware. Y'all notice that some old iPhones is slower than the new ones? Now, don't take what I'm saying personally. I'm not calling you slow. You may be, but I'm not calling you slow. But some of them old softwares, if you don't upgrade, it get to, damn, my app's moving slow. Oh man, my internet moving slow. Something is moving slow. Cause somebody got to upgrade. Their hardware has been upgraded while yours still on 10.3. And man, we on 17.5 version. You still on 10.1 and you wondering why signal? Why my stuff moving slow? Why is it moving slow, girl? Why my app ain't opening up right? My app ain't opening up. Can you come help me, baby? Yeah, upgrade it. You ain't updated this iPhone in 4-5 years. And you stuck in 1995. You stuck in 2001. You stuck in 2005. You haven't upgraded to the way that things are moving. And the minister, I heard him say, if you don't keep up with the technology, you will be left behind. I heard it. I posted it too. He said, if you don't keep up with the technology, you will be left behind. So upgrade, family. You got to upgrade. So it says, money is a result. Wealth is a result. Health is a result. Illness is a result. Your weight is a result. We live in a world of cause and effect. We live in a world of cause and effect. Hold on, let me hold on. Hold on. Something just came to mind. I may be off. Let me make sure. Hold on. Man, do I have it on my PDF maybe? What am I looking for? Oh man, I thought I had it. Sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to. There's something I'm looking for. Nation. Okay, here we go. I might be wrong, actually. Yep, I was. All right, let's go. So, have you ever heard someone assert that a lack of money was a bit of a problem? Now, hear this. Now, hear this. A lack of money is never, ever, ever a problem. A lack of money is merely a symptom of what is underneath. Lack of money is the effect, but what is the root cause? It boils down to this. The only way to change your outer world is to first change your inner world. Whatever results you're getting, be they rich or poor, good or bad, positive or negative, always remember that your outer world is simply a reflection of your inner world. If things aren't going well in your outer life, it is because things aren't going well in your inner life. It's that simple. Declarations, a powerful secret for change. Now we're going to go into how you can change it. He said in his seminars, he uses accelerated learning techniques that allow you to learn faster and remember more of what you learn. The key is involvement. Our approach follows from the old saying, and y'all might want to write this down. What you hear, you forget. What you see, you remember. And what you do, you understand. So I'm going to ask that every time you reach the end of a major principle in the book, you first put your hand on your heart, then make a verbal declaration, then touch your head with your index finger and make another verbal declaration. What's a declaration? It's simply a positive statement that you make emphatically out loud. Now we're going to pause right here. This part where it says, what you hear, you forget, what you see, you remember, what you do, you understand. Those of you all who are in the Building Wealthy families, it is a lot of information. I know. Like last time, we're striving to be better by giving you guys at least a roadmap, and we're all going to be dedicated to going live with you all each week. But I'm going to say this, even with that, to help you guys not be overwhelmed, you have to do it. And this is what I mean. Even I got to do this sometimes. I catch myself sometimes watching video after this training after this, because I still take courses too. I still got mentors and stuff too. So I may get it, boom, 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 boom. And then it's like, dang, I just watched 3 different things. That's a lot to execute. But if I would have heard what he said and see that I'm not doing this, pause. Let me go do it. Let me go implement it. Listen again. Pause. Go do it. So like as you're listening, do it. That's how you understand it. If you make a mistake, good. You got that one out the way. So you can move on to actually doing it good. Okay? So I want to share that with you guys. Execute on the knowledge. Apply it. It's kind of like you getting a bunch of food and then you never go, you never go to the bathroom. How do you think your stomach feels when you do that? You eat, and then you never let it out. Of course your stomach hurt. Yeah, of course your stomach is turning. Well, why do you think you feel so overwhelmed? Because your mind constipated. Yeah, you constipated. Because you're eating and you're eating and you're eating spiritual food, mental food, but then you're not applying it. So it's not being distributed to the body the way it should be. Think of it that way. So I just want to share, I just want to give y'all that. The way that, for me, that I kind of avoid being so overwhelmed with stuff, when I watch one video, okay, this is a good topic on an aspect of the business. Okay, go apply it before you go to this next video. Go apply it before you try to move on. So I'm going to, okay, I already asked that. Why are declarations such a valuable tool? Because everything is made of one thing, energy. All energy travels in frequencies and vibrations. Therefore, each declaration you make carries its own vibrational frequency. When you state a declaration out loud, its energy vibrates throughout the cells of your body, and by touching your body at the same time, you can feel its unique resonance. Declarations not only send a specific message to the universe, they also send a powerful message to your subconscious mind. The difference between a declaration and an affirmation is slight, but in my mind, powerful. Now, this is powerful when I read this. This is good because I know a lot of us we learn about affirmations, right? Look at what this book says. The definition of an affirmation is a positive statement asserting that a goal you wish to achieve is already happening. The definition of a declaration is to state an official intention to undertake a particular course of action or adopt a particular status. I'm gonna read that again. A declaration is to state an official intention to undertake a particular course of action or adopt a particular status. An affirmation states that a goal is already happening. I'm not crazy about this because often when we affirm something that is not yet real, the little voice in our head usually responds with, "This isn't true. This is BS." On the other hand, a declaration is not saying something is true. It's stating that we have an intention of doing or being something. This is a position the little voice can buy because we're not stating it's true right now, but again, it's an intention for us in the future. That was deep. That was deep. You know, because oftentimes we always talk, you know, when you hear about people talk about affirmations, speak as if it's already done. But this is, you know, this is basically saying that God within is saying, but it's not, you know. But I'm going to set the intention of doing actions to make it happen. All right. So it says a declaration, by definition, is also official. It is a formal statement of energy into the universe and throughout your body. Another word for the definition is important: action. You must take all the actions necessary to make your intention a reality. I recommend that you state your declarations aloud each morning and each evening. Doing your declarations while looking in the mirror will accelerate the process even more. Now, I have to admit that when I first heard of all this, I said, no way, this declaration stuff is far too hokey for me. But because I was broke at the time, I decided, what the heck, it can't hurt, and started doing them. Now I'm rich, so it shouldn't come as a big surprise that I believe that declarations really work. Either way, I'd rather be really hokey and really rich than really cool and really broke. How about you? That said, I invite you. Okay, so we're gonna do the declaration. I need to go get my charger and charger this computer. So in the meantime, I'm gonna go to a quick presentation about the Building Wealthy Families program for those who don't know. And then as soon as we get right back, we're going to go into how to actually do the declarations. Okay, we'll be right back.
Is Brother Ben here?
I've said this on the call a few times. It's been on my mind. As I shared in the video, it has been hard for me to move on because I have literally seen lives transform.
You guys, after that first class with the crash options, gave me more than I got out of 6 years of college and over 13 years in a career.
So BWO actually started in 2020. Things wasn't handled properly behind the scenes and things fell apart. I've been sitting back thinking like, bro, can that be rebuilt? But the foundation now would be spiritual. I appreciate y'all, man. It is because of y'all's support that I believe it can be done again. You all's backing, you all DMing me over the years, over the months we had the power call, is why I feel safe that it can be rebuilt, and any help that I need, somebody can be there to help. I didn't drop no names. I wanted to surprise y'all, but he is. It is verified. You can research it. The #1 trader in the world. We bringing you the best of the best. Let me go ahead and show y'all. There you go. So as you guys can see on the screen, that's him right there. So if you're ready, Brother Tay.
I will judge a man on his character on how he treats his wife. Your wife, your mother, and your kids, that's your house, your home. If you're willing to dirty up your home, mess up what you got in that space, I don't stand a chance, and neither does anybody else. Because every time you push a button to buy or sell, you're thinking about your wife telling you that this is a scam. And so you can't even see the screen clear enough to say, okay, this is going in the direction I think it's going or not. So there's a lot of things that you'll see me do, and the reasons why I do them is because I'm looking to build the whole trader. I'm gonna be asking what y'all eat. What's your diet looking like right now? You are what you eat, right?
So Sister Alexis, if you want to come up and kind of introduce yourself.
I am a licensed wealth strategist, professional day trader, and certified cryptocurrency expert. So like many of us on this call, most of you have found Brother Ben because you're looking for something. There's like this burning desire that you have because you know it's time for another level and another layer. Really listening to the needs that the community had and some of the things that they were missing. Those are really the reasons why I've chosen to assist all of you. Shift from that of an average mind to a wealthy one.
Many people in business, they keep whatever they believe in or God away. She makes sure that she stands on that and she keeps it at the forefront. Sister Courtney, what can they expect from you?
Something that you can expect from me is I consider myself a builder of a person first and then a builder of a business second. My goal is to serve, and I believe success leaves clues. But I believe if you operate with a moral integrity, and God is the base of even when you want to be upset, when you want to be angry, when you feel wronged, if you use the God in you to guide you to do what's right, we can build 6- and 7-figure businesses if we're passionate about it and we're dialed in.
That's heaven right there, to have somebody that's adamant about making sure we in compliance, making sure things is done right, making sure things is done decent and in order. That's all she preaches, man, when it comes to this business stuff.
It was a program that one of your friends, whoever your affiliates was, that was doing. And then I just said, nah, this is not Brother Ben. I'm not going to do it. And I didn't do it. And then I just seen things just fall down. And that's what made me fall in love with you, your program, because of the teachings. And then you said something about ego. They edge God out. And I was like, that's it. God wasn't a part of this. And so I didn't feel comfortable. And so my daughter and I would watch you, and then Talia's like, Mommy, join on. That's Brother Ben. That's Brother Ben. And I said, yeah, we're going to do it this time because I feel God isn't a part of it.
Man, and ain't nothing more powerful than our unity. It is more powerful than an atom bomb. And as long as we stand together as a solid wall and stand on truth, we will make this thing happen, and we will build it bigger, stronger, better, and faster than we did the first time.
All right, and we are back. Man, excited for those again. Man, this program, mentorship program, is going to give you 4 coaches, 4 curriculums for the price of 1. And the price that you guys can get in today, it's never going to be this low moving forward. So I want to give a shout out to also Sister Gina. I saw Sister Gina has joined us as well. And if you guys are interested in getting the program at a discounted price, www.bwfuniversity.com. And we also will be meeting in person this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So inshallah, I'll see a lot of you guys this weekend. Okay, now here's the declaration. The exercise says, my inner world creates my outer world. So touch your heart. So place your hand on your heart and say, my inner world creates my outer world. My inner world creates my outer world. My inner world creates my outer world. Now touch your head and say, I have a millionaire mind. I have a millionaire mind. I have a millionaire mind. Okay? Now, this next part is going to be revealing. Let me see how many. We almost there. We got a little time. Hold on. Ooh, we might have part 1, part 2, part 3. This thing is a little long. Hold on now. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to read all this here. Yep. We're going to be back tomorrow. Yeah, we're going to come back tomorrow. Okay, here we go. What is your money blueprint and how is it formed? Whether I'm appearing on a radio or television, I'm well known for making the following statement. Give me 5 minutes and I can predict your financial future for the rest of your life. How? In a short conversation, I can identify what's called your money or success blueprint. Each of us have a personal money and success blueprint already embedded in our subconscious mind. And this blueprint, more than anything and everything else combined, will determine your financial destiny. What is a money blueprint? As an analogy, let's consider the blueprint for a house, which is a present plan or design for that particular home. In the same way, your money blueprint is simply your present program or way of being in relation to money, or relationships, or business, or other areas. Again, I just want you guys to get the principles of this too. I want to introduce you to an extremely important formula. It determines how you create your reality and wealth. Y'all ready for this? Many of the most respected teachers in the field of human potential have used this formula as a foundation for their teachings, called the process of manifestation. It goes like this. Thoughts leads to feelings. Feelings leads to actions. Actions leads to results. Let's say it again. Thoughts leads to feelings. Feelings leads to actions. Actions leads to results. Your financial blueprint consists of a combination of your thoughts, feelings, and actions in the arena of money. So how is your money blueprint formed? The answer is simple. Your financial blueprint consists primarily of the information or programming you received in the past, and especially as a young child. Is this sounding familiar, believers? I'm going to read that last part again. Your financial or whatever blueprint consists primarily of the formation or programming you received in the past, and especially as a young child. Who were the primary sources of this programming or conditioning? For most people, the list includes parents, siblings, friends, authority figures, teachers, religious leaders, media, and your culture, to name a few. Let's take culture. Isn't it true that certain cultures have one way of thinking and dealing with money, while other cultures have a different approach? Do you think a child comes out of the womb with his or her attitudes towards money, or do you believe the child is taught how to deal with money? That's right. Every child is taught how to think about and act in relation to money. The same holds true for you, for me, for everyone. You were taught how to think and act when it comes to money. These teachings become your conditioning, which becomes automatic responses that run you for the rest of your life, unless, of course, you intercede and revise your mind's money files. This is exactly what we are going to do in this book, and what we do for thousands of people each year, on a deeper and more permanent level at the Millionaire Mind Intensive Seminar. We said earlier that thoughts leads to feelings, that feelings lead to actions, that actions leads to results. So here's an interesting question. Where do your thoughts come from? Why do you think differently from the next person? Your thoughts originate from the files of information you have in the storage cabinets of your mind. So where does this information come from? It comes from your past programming. That's right. Your past conditioning determines every thought that bubbles up in your mind. That's why it's often referred to as the conditioned mind. To reflect this understanding, we can now revise our process of manifestation in the following manner. Your programming leads to your thoughts. Your thoughts leads to your feelings. Your feelings leads to your actions, and your actions leads to your results. Therefore, just as is done with the personal computer, by changing your programming, you take the first initial step to changing your results. So how are we conditioned? We are conditioned in three primary ways in every arena of life, including money. Write this down. First, verbal programming. Second, modeling. And third, specific incidences or experiences. So first, what did you hear when you were young? What did you hear? Second, what did you see when we were younger? What did we see? And then third, what did we experience when we were young as it relates to money? Now, the three aspects of conditioning are important to understand. So let's go over each of them. In part 2 of this book, you will learn how to recondition yourself for wealth and success. So the first influence, verbal programming. Let's begin with verbal programming. What did you hear about money, wealth, and rich people when you were growing up? Put it in the comment section, everybody, right now. What did you hear? What as a youngin, what did you think? What were you taught about people that was really rich, who had a lot of money, who had a lot of wealth? What were some thoughts that came to your mind, or even that may still be in your mind now when you hear that? Put it in the comment section. Money, root of all evil. Big people. Do I go live daily? Yep, every morning, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. we here. That you should try to get as much money as you can, okay? Easy come, easy go. Oh my goodness, that is I wonder if you get money and then it kind of goes. Because that type of mindset many people have, and as an adult, that's what happens. I was taught that money is not important. White people had the most money. It can't happen without hard work. It's hard for rich people to get into heaven. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look at this. I don't have money. It's harder for a rich man to get into heaven than to get I think he meant camel, through the eye of a needle. Time is money and nobody taught me how to use it. They made it off your backs. Now think about this. Think about this. Easy come, easy go. They made it off your backs. Money is the root of all evil. That's for white people. White people are rich. Do y'all see how this can be a direct correlation to our money or financial condition? Look at what the book says. Did you ever hear phrases like, money is the root of all evil? Save your money for a rainy day. Rich people are greedy. Rich people are filthy criminals. You have to work hard to make money. I seen somebody say that in the comment section. You have to work hard to make money. Money doesn't grow on trees. You can't be rich and spiritual. Money doesn't buy happiness. Money talks. The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. I seen somebody say that. That's not for people like us. I seen somebody say that. Not everyone can be rich. There's not enough. And the infinite and the infamous, we can't afford it. Gotta be mean and negatively sheen. Think about this, y'all. So if that's what we're taught growing up, and I don't want to be mean, I don't want to be negative, when there's an opportunity to come into a lot of money, but I don't want to be mean. I want to get into heaven. See, does that scripture even really mean that? Does it literally mean? Or was it teaching a principle? See, if we don't get the understanding and we say, oh, it's harder for, well, I want it to be easy for me to get into heaven. So when more money comes or a big opportunity comes, we wonder why I'm stagnant. We wonder why I'm just a procrastinator. That ain't the only problem. Something is going on here. There's a conflict. There's an opportunity for you to improve your financial condition, but you wonder, well, give me 2 weeks. Give me a month. Well, let me think about it. Something is going on here. You're wrestling. Your blueprint is saying, money is the root of all evil. Do you want to be evil? You got to be. So you're being put in a position to make more because of your subconscious mind. If you think that you're moving towards evil subconsciously, but you don't realize it. But in your mind, you're saying, I'm just procrastinating. I just can't make a move. Something is happening here. Something is going on here. Man, this is some deep stuff, ain't it, boy? In my household, every time I asked my father for any money, I'd hear him scream, what am I made of? Money? Jokingly, I'd respond, I wish. I'll take an arm, a hand, even a finger. He never laughed once. Here's the rub. All the statements you heard about money when you were young remain in your subconscious mind as part of the blueprint that is running your financial life. Verbal conditioning is extremely powerful. For example, when my son Jesse was 3 years old, he ran over to me and excitedly said, Daddy, let's go see the Ninja Turtle movie. It's playing near us. For the life of me, I couldn't figure out how this toddler could already be a master of geography. A couple hours later, I got my answer in the form of a TV commercial advertising a movie, which had at the end of the usual tagline, now playing at a theater near you. Another example of the power of verbal conditioning came at the expense of one of our seminars. Stephen didn't have a problem earning money. His challenge was keeping it. Now this is gonna be for some of y'all. This may hit some of y'all. So his problem wasn't earning it, it was keeping it. Now look at his story. At the time Stephen came to the course, he was earning over $800,000 a year and had been doing so for the past 9 years. Yet he was still barely scraping by. Somehow he managed to spend his money, lend it, or lose it all by making poor investment decisions. Whatever the reason, his net worth was exactly zero. Stephen shared with us that when he was growing up, his mom always used to say, rich people are greedy. They make their money off the sweat of the poor. Somebody said that on Facebook. You should have just enough to get by. After that, you're a pig. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what was going on inside of Stephen's subconscious mind. No wonder he was broke. He was verbally conditioned by his mother to believe that rich people are greedy. Therefore, his mind linked up rich with greedy, which of course is bad. Since he didn't want to be bad, subconsciously, he couldn't be rich. Stephen loved his mom and didn't want her to disapprove of him. Obviously, based on her beliefs, if he were to get rich, she wouldn't approve. Therefore, the only thing for him to do was to get rid of any extra money beyond just getting by. Otherwise, he'd be a pig. Wow. He needed to be audited. Man, y'all see how this stuff is coming full circle, man. Man, this is, boy, this is some good stuff when you got some knowledge, boy, that you can correlate this with. Man, that's deep. Now, you would think that in choosing between being rich and being approved of by his mom or anyone else for that matter, most people would take rich. Not a chance. The mind just doesn't work that way. Sure, riches would seem to be the logical choice, but when the subconscious mind, the mind, must choose between deeply rooted emotions. See how we got to go back and remove that negative charge? But when the subconscious mind must choose between deeply rooted emotions and logic, emotions will almost always win. So wealth principle to write down. When the subconscious mind must choose between deeply rooted emotions and logic, emotions will almost always win. Let's get back to our story. In less than 10 minutes at the course, using some extremely effective experimental techniques, Stephen's money blueprint changed dramatically. In only 2 years, he went from being broke to becoming a millionaire. Stephen began to understand that these non-supportive beliefs were his mom's, based on her past programming and not his. We then took it a step further and helped him to create a strategy whereby he wouldn't lose his mother's approval if he got rich. It was simple. His mom loved Hawaii, so Stephen invested in a beachfront condo on Maui. He sends her there for an entire winter. She's in heaven and so is he. First, she now loves that he's rich and tells everyone how generous he is. Second, he doesn't have to deal with her for 6 months out of the year. Brilliant. In my own life, after a slow start, I began doing well in business, but never seemed to make money with my stocks. In becoming aware of my money blueprint, I recalled that when I was young, each day after work, my dad would sit down at the dinner table with the newspaper, check the stock pages, slam his fist on the table and shout, "Those stinking stocks." He then spent the next half hour ranting about how stupid the whole system is and how you have a better chance of making money playing the slot machines in Las Vegas. Now that you understand the power of verbal conditioning, can you see that it's no wonder I couldn't make any money in the stock market? I was literally programmed to fail, programmed to unconsciously pick the wrong stock at the wrong price at the wrong time. Why? To subconsciously validate my money blueprint that said stocks stink. All I can say is by digging out of this massive toxic weed from my inner financial garden, I began getting inundated with more fruits. Virtually the day after I reconditioned myself, the stocks I chose began to boom, and I've conditioned to have amazing success in the stock market ever since. It seemed incredibly strange, but when you really understand how the money blueprint works, it makes perfect sense. Again, your subconscious conditioning determines your thinking. Your thinking determines your decisions, and your decisions determine your actions, which eventually determine your outcomes. There are 4 key elements of change, each of which is essential in reprogramming your financial blueprint. They are simple but profoundly powerful. And we're going to get to those tomorrow. So we're going to end on page number 24. So tomorrow we're going to talk about the 4 key elements of change on page number 24. So that's the reading for today. If you have anything that you would like to point out, something that stood out for you, give feedback on, press the number 1 at this time. Go ahead and press the number 1 at this time. let's start with Sister Gwen. Hold on, let me make sure you can speak. Yep, you can speak. Go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum, family. My money blueprint came from my dad. When I was growing up, I was able to ask my dad for anything and get it. My mother, he was a truck driver. My mother worked, but she took her money and bought curtains and had the house painted and new carpet and stuff like that. So when I got married, I didn't understand that I was supposed to help my husband pay bills. Pay bills. My mom didn't pay bills. Then when I got a divorce, I had to figure out how I was supposed to handle life by myself with only my income. So that taught me that I couldn't rely on what I saw growing up and what my dad did for me. I had a car at 16 years old and didn't have to pay for it. I didn't even have to put gas in it. All I had to do was tell my dad I needed gas money, and he would do that. So when I got divorced and I had to figure these things out for myself, my children will tell you today that I bought them because I tried to buy them everything that they wanted because I had to work as a single parent and spend more time at work to make more money. So that stood out to me that what I saw was not what actually happened in my life. That's all I had to say.
Oh, my bad, my bad, my bad. I was on mute. I was saying that I know y'all have something that stood out for y'all. You can't tell me we read this book and this book wasn't in our business. So what I'm saying is, press number 1 if you have anything that you would like to share, and then we're gonna go to Sister Tornisa.
Assalamu alaikum. Today, my daughter and I were talking about cause and an effect. And that was one of the things that stood out to me when they was talking about cause and effect. They just said it differently, and that was the fruits, the fruits and the seeds. And that was important to me because she looks at the effect of why things happen, but not the reason why it has happened. And so that's what we're dealing with in the household, teaching her, okay, this happened because of, not you dealing with, oh, you got popped or these are the situation and I feel, you wronged me because of this. No, the reason why these different things is happening is because if you got an A, it's because if you got a, certain different things in your grade level, it's because you have done the work before. And so I'm trying to understand where the mindset comes from her that she deals with just the effect of it, but not the cause. And then I just look at myself with the different things that I'm dealing with and have to reprogram myself and say, okay, why am I doing this? And I learned it from my mother. And so procrastination and I'll get back to you. And I've done it before, writing things down and implementing it, and it worked. One of the things, 6 most important things I'm supposed to do a day, and I write that down and I get it done. But where the procrastination comes from, where I know I'm supposed to do it, I'm listening to it, and now I'm not doing it. I have to then now reprogram myself to get it together. If I want something, I got to drive, I'm going to do it, but I procrastinate. So where's it coming from? And it have to be something that I seen, and I seen it within my mother. And I'm working with that now. And so I have a hard time. And my daughter's up on it, because I don't know where she got that from. But she's, okay, mommy, let's do this. But then I'm procrastinating. And so I'm working on that because I don't want her to have a future of procrastination. And I see that's what's going on. And I'm working on that, the discipline. when I was in culinary school, we had to be at school at 6:00 in the morning. I mean, I would just get there, I would make it there. I might not have everything I needed, but I was there because I paid for it. But why am I not doing it for my own life? Because I'm paying for my own life. I gave them money. I'm dealing with my own life now, and I'm paying for it. And I'm not dealing with the best of me because I'm procrastinating. I'm not working at my best potential. And I know that came from my mother and seeing how things happen in my life and my household. The procrastination stunts your growth mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. And so I'm working with that. I also wind up opening up my own business because my father had a business and I'm on the third generation. So I'm dealing with both. I'll move a little bit, but then I get stuck, and I move a little bit and I get stuck. So I got to figure out how to continue, because I built my own salon from scratch. I did the floors, I did the walls, everything. I built my cabinets, everything I did. And I had a salon for 17 years and I wound up having 2. But I have to find out what is going on with me that I'm procrastinating in my life right now. So I just want to say thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Now think about this, family. This is how the mind literally works. What if we wasn't exposed to this to even know there's a root cause to this that we have to go back to and change? Because many of us would only be focused on the effect. Let me read something the minister said. The minister says, so if God is a man, then man is the cause that produces the effect. All man has to know is how to cause the effect that he desires and then work to bring the effect into existence. And there it is. Man is God. God is a man. I'm going to say that again. This is from the minister. He says, so if God is a man, then man is the cause that produces the effect. All man has to know is how to cause the effect that he desires and then work to bring the effect into existence. And there it is. Man is a God. God is a man. Let's go to Brother Daniel.
Yes, sir. There's a few points. I probably got about maybe 2. The first thing that stood out to me is just the subject itself and dealing with the mind and what you read from Brother Jabil and dealing with that. I'm looking at what was said about thought control feelings, feelings controlled action. Immediately my mind went to rising above emotions into the thinking of God, because it was said that what you feel and your emotions will most likely win out over the decisions that you make. So now, in order for me to change my feelings and line my feelings and emotions up with actual fact and then thinking on that which will bring to me what I need, I have to change my thinking. Then the feelings that accompany my thinking will be able to produce what I'm looking for to bring into life. So that was powerful. Also, when you express the difference between a declaration and an affirmation, it seems like this world is more driven by affirmations. And a lot of people, just affirming, and it'll happen. And I'm seeing that we can get stuck in affirmation, which means you believe something is already taking place, but it hasn't. So we don't move because it's just I affirm. All I gotta do is affirm, and then it's happening. No, we need to be making declarations. We need to be saying, be and it is. So just to say be and don't make it happen so it can is be, then it doesn't, excuse my vernacular, so it doesn't make sense. So that declaration and being in that declarative mindset, I found to be very important, because we don't believe in a spook God. So now I have to be having vision and goals. Then I got to be working to make those goals a reality. And I have to be putting in my mind the proper thoughts, the proper knowledge, so that it can reaffirm the way I feel about what I'm trying to do. You know, so I found that to be very powerful. It was one other point that you raised. Well, I'll just say this. The way that I read this book a while back, and I could see how my parents helped lay a foundation with some good and some not so good, because my parents very, very hardworking. They returned to Allah, may Allah be pleased with them, but very hardworking parents. You know, they worked hard, had what would you consider medium income jobs. They both worked. So I guess between the two of them and all the overtime and stuff they was doing in their field, they was bringing in at least probably some years 150,000 a year. But because of the way we've been taught to get, spend, work hard, spend, you know, you don't really have nothing to show for it at the end of your tenure of work. But one thing my parents did do, they did introduce certain various self-help books that began to talk about and enunciate some of these principles. But the thing that was missing was the actual application of these principles. And I can see how that's affecting my life now, because the principles are there, but to actually do the same thing over and over again till you yield the result. As my sister was saying, I've been in business for myself probably for the last, ever since I've been in the nation, 28 years, with maybe 6 years going back to work, but still was doing business. But it's never been consistent enough. The vision and idea never has been big enough to where I'm doing less laborious work and more work to employ people and things like that. So I can see where I can have certain principles, but not practice. And I can see how my parents may have laid that groove in my mind. I thank them because they did put me on the road to getting books like the Millionaire Mindset and Rich Dad Poor Dad and things like that, and ultimately coming to the nation. But now it's on me. It's on me to pick up the mantle where they left off and actualize these things that they helped me to get to. You know, so this is a very powerful teaching this morning, a very powerful presentation, because it talks about the value of our mind, and most of what we need to do in being rich, it's about the way we think. And if we transform that thinking, which will transform to feeling, and then will transform to action and continue that process, there's no way that the universe will withhold from us its blessings. Thank you, family.
Yes, sir. Thank you for sharing. And then we're going to end off with Brother Gregory so we can get ready for this 9 o'clock, those of y'all who are in the program. Brother Gregory, you ready?
Yes, sir. Hold on. Can I be heard?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Peace, family. Man, so many things stuck out to me. And then as I listened to, because this is really new to me. All I've really been doing is working, working. Start a new idea, bring it into fruition and work it until I don't know, until times get better. But it seems like they don't, because I stay working. That's all I do. So just listening to how the mind is bogged down with so much, you wouldn't really know. Because some days when I work, I have good days, and then I might take on an extra side income, and then I have better days. So I'm thinking, I'm doing something. And then when it's all taken away and I'm back down to square one, and I'm saying like, damn, what happened? So I don't know. I'm really just I'm kind of just walking in the darkness here. And that's the seriousness of my situation, man. It's not. I don't know. When I look back in time, nobody told me about money. Not some. I mean, I grew up in the hood, so we got on a chase. We got on a paper chase, but you know what I'm saying? Not really somebody sitting down with a blueprint that was successful, no matter which way you went with it. So This is crazy. So I don't know. I'm glad to be a part of BWF, bro. I'm glad to be a part of this because I can hear a lot of what I think in my own head coming from so many different people.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what kind of got me. So I don't know, man. I'm just gonna keep on rolling. I'm gonna keep on rolling and get better until I can get better. But you know, she didn't have a blueprint for money, and she still don't. I got an uncle who seemed like he had a blueprint for money, but I never sat down at his table to see it. So I could only see him shine, but I couldn't see what was at the bottom, what was at the core of what he was doing other than, I don't know, work. I never seen him work. You know what I'm saying? But I knew he was working, but I never seen him work because he never pulled me in and let me walk with him. So I couldn't see him. I could just see the life that he was living. So I couldn't, you know, it's just, even now following this process is hard because it seems easy, but it seems easy. It does seem easy, but then it don't seem easy because it's still that I have to hold on to what I got until I can resurrect what I'm trying to do. And that's something that's just a journey. But I'm staying here though. I'm staying here, and I'm gonna roll with the community because it seems like the community got their head on straight, so they can help me. I don't know. That's all I got for right now, bro. But again, I appreciate what you're doing. I appreciate what all of y'all doing, and I'm here.
Praise be to Allah. Thank you for sharing that and your transparency as we close this thing out, because that is why we want to building wealthy families. Right there, what you said. We didn't have examples. We saw it, but what was at the root of what he thought? You know, the people that we probably grew up under, they didn't even have a blueprint. They did have a blueprint. Go to school so you can get good grades, so that you can get a degree and work for somebody else. That was a blueprint. So we're building wealthy families, and what we're striving to build for you guys is not just no curriculums. Everybody who got in, y'all should have by now taken the assessment. How many of y'all took the assessment where y'all can see like where you are? What did it feel like? I want to ask y'all this. Y'all can answer in the comment section if you want. What did it feel like answering some of those questions? Some of those questions you probably never thought about in the last 6 months, or the year. And thank you for your transparency. Embarrassing, right? Damn. Ooh, gotta answer this. But it's good because this ain't gonna be no regular course where you just get in and we hope and we want you to see this where I'm at. And when I go to this next stage, this condition will change. I gotta stop avoiding this. Listen, I know what it feel like to not even want to check your bank account, man. Damn, I'm finna get fired up and we gotta go. Man, you know, 5 mil, we gotta go to the next class. But I know what it feels like, bro, to not want to open up my bank account because I didn't want to see what was in there. Some of y'all probably do that right now. You like, now I don't even want to put the password in. I don't even want to see what's in there. I'ma just swipe and just hope. I'ma just pray. Ooh, I hope it. Come on, man. I know what that feel like. So in this program, and I know what it feel like to do it alone, not know what to do. When I left the past company and I was just being me and I can be creative and I had to leave and learn how to really I felt alone, man. Shout out to Brother Sean who was able to stick with me. But doing that journey and not knowing what to do, man, your blueprint already off because you only know what you know. Then you got to do it alone. That's why we here. That's what we want to give you guys. Community. coaches that's going live with you, that's going to guide you, that's not just going to give you the practical course, but that's going to be able to give you and give you the mindset, the blueprint, and the internal principles as well, not just things that the X, Y, and Z that you can go get from YouTube. We want to give you the spiritual part, the personal part, the mental part that can help make the person. We really here to build people. And once we build y'all as people, y'all will go build the businesses. So we got to go. We gotta go. But if those of you all who are inside of the BWF, please go to your calendar. Brother Tay just opened up the Zoom. The Zoom is already there. So let me show y'all how to get there. For those of y'all who are in the platform, if you want to get in the platform, www.bwfuniversity.com. But real quick, this is how you get there. Go under calendar right here and click right here. Today is the 3rd. Here's the trading right here. And just hit this Zoom link. So this is where we're about to go. Okay? So again, thank you all for being on this morning. And inshallah, we'll see you guys in the morning, 7 p.m. Central Time. Assalamu alaikum.
Is Brother Ben here? Brother Ben. Now, Ben got a heck of a program. A lot of people listening to Brother Ben. And Ben tells them about the minister.